Hello and welcome to Changin Scotland.
So I'm Stephen Duncombe.
I'm Steve Lambert, and we're from the Centre for Artistic Activism.
And we're here in Scotland bringing the School for Creative Activism to Changin Scotland.
The idea behind it, apart from having fun and being serious at the same time and doing serious stuff in an enjoyable way, is it's a kind of summer school but out with summer. The New Battle event is about it's an event with no conventional speakers. What it's trying to do is how to do social change and how to do politics and culture differently. They say that people who do politics don't really often understand culture very much. People who do culture don't understand politics very much, and you kind of have to do both of them in a different way, understand the other. This weekend comes at an interesting time. We're trying something different with no speakers. That's been exciting and a wee challenge. What we try and always emphasise is that Changin Scotland, for instance, it isn't a conference and people are not delegates. It's meant to have an element of kind of enjoyment in it, or will probably entirely be about enjoyment as well as being serious.
Why do people turn out to vote? Why they don't turn out to vote? What are the benefits and barriers? But that is the demonstrable social change that we want to persuade, is to get people to go out and vote.
It's really interesting to actually be dropped into another political discussion, which you're not really a part of, and people just really impressed us with their sort of thoughtfulness, their knowledge, but also their creativity and their willingness, in this week in particular, to sort of go on this strange trip that we've been trying to take them, which is trying to get them to think creatively about waging a campaign, and sort of thinking about making aesthetic choices, making artistic choices, not just in terms of tactics, but also strategy, goal setting, and even what a creative process looks like in engaging in campaigns. And a lot of what we do in our workshops is try to expand the notion of what's possible. We often get constrained by how things actually are and what we can possibly do.
And usually there's not some referendum within a year that could dramatically change what is possible wherever we're working. So being here is a pretty unique situation.
Scotland, they really have a chance to actually change the country, and then the question that keeps coming up in Changin Scotland is then what, and I think that to us is the most interesting question.
Yeah, no matter which way the referendum goes, what happens after that?
Yeah,
and how do you move forward?
Exactly, because the referendum is a vote and something will happen, but then you're left with this open space, and how do you fill in that open space in such a way as it actually furthers democracy in Scotland and makes Scotland a better place?
I love Changin Scotland. I've been at a number of events. I love the vibe. I love the kind of atmosphere. I love the fact it's a kind of creative dialogue with a wide and diverse range of people from different perspectives. So Every time I come to a Changin Scotland event, I learn something, I meet great people. And this event in particular I think is really interesting. A departure from the normal, where we don't have sort of intensive speakers, where the whole weekend's given over to really like an extended workshop on activism and creativity, artistic activism.
The workshops with Steve have just been amazing as well. Really kind of not just inspiring but fun and playful, and it's nice to be reminded that actually, you know, activism and trying to do something in the world, it doesn't have to be all hard work. There's a lot of fun and play to be had in it, and actually play and humour and creativity, they're not cheap and they don't cheapen it at all. They can bring a lot to it, and they can help people really engage in a way that the very kind of hardline, strict, quite activism can often exclude people with in mind.